Good afternoon. It is Thursday, August 10th. It is 5:37 in the afternoon. It is time to get to work. Big day today. Aftershock starts, the music festival. So hopefully that's going to create some business for us here. And I'm hoping that it does. So with that, I had to reset Mystro because there was a update to the app and to Uber. That usually kicks everything out. I got to reset everything. So I got everything reset. Small change to Lyft tonight, and that is with the pickup and drop off zones. Oh, look at that. I changed I narrowed down the pickup and drop off zones for Lyft to make it a little bit tighter. Uber is still kind of wide open, so I'm going to leave it that way. And everything else pretty much the same. $1 per mile, $1.20 per mile, minimum fare of $5. I'm going to stick with that. So everything is going to stay the same. The only difference with Lyft is it has a different pickup and drop off zone versus Uber. And actually, I can show you that right now. Here you go. View the zone. So you can see right there. See how tight that is? And the drop-off zone is basically the same. But if we go back to Uber and look at Ubers, so there's Uber, much bigger. And the reason why I did that is because Lyft, the longer rides for Lyft generally have a very low dollar per mile. I mean, like 60 to 80 cents per mile. And that's just a waste of time. I'm not going to do it. So there's no point in even trying to do those longer runs with them here. So that's the why it's set up. So let's go look at Uber and see what they got going on. Little surge up in Folsom. That looks good. Down south, which I don't go. The event is right over here. Right in that big green swath right there along the river. That's where the festival is at. So there should be a bunch of people heading that way. At least, I'm hoping that that's the case. Oh, look at Rockland. So without further ado, let's turn this on. Let's see what happens. I'm going to kind of head down that way and see what we can find. If I get a ride right now around here, I'll take it, especially if it's going downtown. So we'll see what happens.
Uber online.
Again, 3-day, actually it's a 4-day music festival. It goes through Sunday. There are a ton of people here, so it should be pretty busy, at least up until the time. I think people will straggle in late, and then people will start leaving early because, it's an all-day thing. And people get tore up. So I'm hoping that that's going to be the catalyst for a pretty big couple of days here. So with that, let's start heading downtown, and then we'll see what we can find. And as always, I'll come back and update, especially after if I get my first ride or thereafter, and give updates throughout the evening as the night goes on. So I'm going to get moving, and I will be back here in a little bit. All right, I'll be back. One other thing, I've gotten a couple offers here with Uber coming through, and it looks like Mystro fixed whatever glitch was going on in there. Yeah, no, not doing that one. Sorry. So it looks like they fixed the Uber glitch with Mystro, because now the offers are coming through Mystro and it's saying accept or reject through the app, where last night, I don't know if you remember looking last night, but that was not happening. So we'll see what happens. It looks like I still have to manually turn the Uber driver app on by hitting go, as opposed to Mystro just turning it on for me. Lyft seems to be working just fine. So it looks like maybe they fixed some of the little glitches that were in there. All right, I'll be back. All right, quick update. It's been pretty consistent, and a lot of people are leaving the concert early, the festival early, which has been great. I just dropped off some people at a bar here in Midtown, and I pull up to the curb, and they're like, "Why are you stopping?" And I'm like, "Well, this is what you put in for the drop off." And they're like, "No, we want to go to Fair Oaks, which is where their house is." And I'm like, "Well, this is what you put in." And she wanted to add a stop, and I said, I don't want to be rude, but I don't want to go to Fair Oaks right now. So, sorry, I'm not going to do it. And, I mean, they were cool about it, but I don't know how you fuck up your home address that bad that you're going to put in B-side bar and you want to go to fucking Fair Oaks. I mean, those are not even close when you type in the information, but somehow they manage that. I guess that's what happens when you're a little intoxicated and you're trying to operate your phone after a long day of listening to music and partying. But anyway, so far so good. Moving along. Gonna head back over to that area to see what we can find, and keep chugging along here. So we'll see. I'll be back here in a little bit with another update. Oh, look at that.
Uber ride for approval.
Yep. Well, there you go. Let's take that one. All right, we'll do that. Okay, let's go get Tetsu and get this ride going. All right, I'll be back. Alrighty, that's a wrap. Back in the garage. Man, it got crazy there for a while. I had a bunch of rides that came in, and I was accepting them, and then the passengers were canceling it, obviously, because it was taking me a little too long for them to get there. But it was cranking there for a minute. It was fun. It was a good night. Learned something too about this festival, and that is, I'll show you here on the map what it looks like. But first, let me do this. Let's turn this off.
Lyft offline. Uber offline.
No, thank you. Let's go to the Uber. So the festival has 2 pickup points where you can pick people up, which is going to be, so there's where the event is. So the one pickup place is right over here on this street right here. I'll put an arrow. And then the other one is over here, West El Camino and Mill Creek. I'll put an arrow there. This one on the north side is way easier to get in and out of because you're just right here on the street, and you're not bottlenecked with a road closure, where this one, they closed the road, and I'll show you right here with an arrow. They closed the road on this side where you couldn't make a left-hand turn into that street. You had to go to North 3rd and then go around, but then it was kind of just a big clusterfuck on the way out, so you had to do like a U-turn to get out of there. Pain in the ass. Getting in, getting out, pain in the ass. Lots of traffic, just not a smooth place to pick people up. So, what does this tell me? Tomorrow night, I really want to focus on this side for pickups and shuttling people from that side. I'm hoping that most of the people that are on the north side are going to the north, like into the Natomas area and stuff like that, which would make it easy to get in and out of from that side, and not from the south side here. I mean, the south side people are going into Sacramento, which is great because it's a short ride, but the problem is getting back there is a pain in the ass. So, lesson learned. So tomorrow night we're going to play that a little bit different and see how that goes. Also, made a mistake. I took a shitty, I mean, it wasn't a shitty, it was a decent ride, but it was a low dollar ride, and I shouldn't have done that in between dropping someone off that I picked up from the festival and going back. I should have just kicked that one to the curb and focused in on the festival rides and not the other one, because that took up some time. And then I got a $20 or something ride in between while I was en route, and then they ended up canceling on me because obviously I was taking too long. So tomorrow night we're going to focus on the big dollars, and people coming out of the festival is going to be the plan. All right, let's look at some numbers. Let's see how we did. Not bad. That's a great average right there. Really good. Let's take a look at the breakdown of the rides. There you go. You can see all the cancellations in there. Nice ride right there. There's the one that canceled on me when I was en route going back to them. Was it that one? Yeah, it was. Because this is a little cheapy ride that I took in between that I should have punched on that one and not taken that ride. So there you go. These are all the rides. I mean, good rides. And it was busy. I was consistently moving. And people were leaving. I was dropping some people off early on. And then people started kind of slowly trickling out at about 8 o'clock. And then really from there on, I was just picking people up there, really, for the rest of the night. That's yesterday's ride. So that's the Uber stuff. Let's go take a look at Lyft. Lyft, I didn't do many Lyft rides, mainly because of the way the settings are set up on Lyft. And I'll show you here. There's the settings that I have for Lyft. And the key is right here, where if any of the filters fail, it was an immediate decline on Lyft. So Lyft was, most of the rides that were coming in for Lyft were getting kicked out because they didn't meet the filters, and that was fine. So I did do 2 rides, as you can see there, for $14.40. Let's look at that. There you go. There's my 2 rides, little ones, you know, and I can show you on the history over here in Mystro. Rejected. See, there's all the ones that got rejected by the app automatically. They just automatically got declined. I canceled that one right there because I'm like, why am I going to do that one? But anyways, I mean, they're all under the dollar value. You know, they're failing a filter, so it's just getting automatically declined. I mean, these $2 rides is crap. 65 cents a mile. Yep, not doing that. More $2 rides. I mean, that's a great thing about Mystro, is you can have that set to where it just, if it doesn't meet your filters, it's out. And that works really, really well with Lyft. Not so much with Uber. With Uber, it'll say accept the ride, but it won't decline the ride. If it doesn't say accept the ride, then basically that just means you need to decline it. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. I'll be back out tomorrow night. Friday night should be a good night. Another, again, music festival going on, all that good stuff, plus the usual Friday night crowds. So should be pretty decent tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and leave your comments down below. And so that's going to do it for me. I'm going to go to bed, and I'll be back at it tomorrow. So I'll see you then. All right. Thanks, everyone.